For most of the years of my youth, the fall school year commenced the morning after Labor Day. So the last hurrah of the summer was always a trip to the Ohio State Fair to hopefully connect with friends and enjoy some cotton candy, joke about the smell of the pig barns, and see each other so that when the academic year began, we wouldn't feel like strangers or look at each other like aliens. In 1967, something unbelievable happened. My friend Phil asked me to spend the weekend with him, and my parents agreed. That in itself was special. But when Phil's father gave us $5 apiece 3 days in a row, dropped us off at the fair, and then picked us up in the evening, I thought I had discovered the pearl of great price. I did take the precaution of not telling my parents what was going on, just in case they would throw a wrench into the gears. So we called our friends and made plans to meet up at the gate so we could spend the day marching around the fair as free men and women, knowing that in just a few days we would be on a death march to the classroom. The fair was amazing that year because the proprietors had scheduled both Herman's Hermits and The Who to appear in the grandstand for free. Living in a small town, as I was at the time, I was not that familiar with either group, especially The Who. The bands were fronted by Peter Noonan and Peter Townsend. So we guys got a great locker room giggle off of the Battle of the Two Peters. The girls along with us didn't seem to understand the joke, or they played dumb to maintain their small town innocence. Honestly, I found the concerts annoying. There were girls screaming everywhere, which made us jealous that these chicks were getting all worked up over scrawny Englishmen instead of big, burly Buckeye boys. Plus, there was a little propriety swimming around inside of me from my parents, which caused me to criticize the groups because they looked like girls, dressed funny, or weren't American. Matter of fact, we had a huge discussion with the females, which escalated into a fight. So we finished out the fair separated into camps of gender. The boys felt that the rock and roll bands were sissy and wouldn't last long. But the girls, having better intuition, knew that this music was here to stay. The 3 days prior to school that year passed way too quickly as we spent too much time eating and not enough time feeling. But the appearance of these two English rock and roll bands did seal something deep within our hearts that would bloom much later. My generation was into something good, and the times were certainly a-changin'.